Howdy. So I am here. Oh man, this is too much. Um, yeah, I'm gonna stop that. I'll show you what's going on in a second. Um, so there's this whole thing. Let me do this. Yeah, I don't know. I'm wearing sunnies because it's really bright out here, and normally I would be squinting like this, and I'd prefer not to be like, I don't know, Oriental. Um, I'm just being silly. So anyway, we have here, I've got a computer here to do some stuff. There's this thing going around the internet, the Ice Bucket Challenge, ALS, hashtag, giddy up. And there's a lot of noise nearby. I tried to wait for this truck to leave, but he's delivering goods to something, so I just wanted to get this done. Have a lot of things to talk about. Haven't really made a video on the internet for a little while. I've made a lot of videos, but not necessarily for posted on the internet. But I'm going to do this one today. So there's this Ice Bucket Challenge thing. I was nominated. I don't know if I want to promote this whole thing very much, because it's almost like, I think of it like a chain email back from the early 2000s when people were sending around chain emails and they were like, oh, send this to your 50 friends or your parents will die, or you will have bad luck for 7 years or something. I guess it's been more than 7 years since high school, so I'm doing good, I guess. Anywho, it's kind of like that, and I guess before chain emails, there was chain letters or something. I wasn't really around alive in those days, but something like that. I'm also going to try and make this quick because I got burnt already a couple of weeks ago, and I prefer not to do that. The sun, no! Okay, so I'd rather help people in person with a lot of things. So there's a few different topics in this video. But if there's something like someone has ALS, which I meant to do a bit more research on, but it's Lou Gehrig's, I don't know, ALS. It actually has a real name. They gave like a nickname to it because some guy had it, I guess. I can't even pronounce this. Amyotrophic lateral sclerosis. Sclerosis is something that people can have, but it basically means you don't have much motor function. The chariot disease. Oh, it's bright. Lou Gehrig's disease, is a neurodegenerative disease with various causes, and it's characterized by muscle spasticity, rapidly progressive weakness due to muscle atrophy, and a lot of other things, swallowing, breathing, and all of that. So if you can't swallow and breathe, you can't get your nutrition and your air, and you kind of need both. I'm going to be using both right in this video. And that's sad because I haven't confirmed this, but I'm guessing it's, your brain's probably functioning correctly, but your body can't really do what you want it to do, and people need assistance. There's this guy who was a baseballer dude, Pete Frates, it's a good video that I guess ESPN did about how he kind of popularized the Ice Bucket Challenge thing to get people to donate to ALS. I prefer the technical names of things instead of the nickname, I suppose. Is chickenpox the technical name for chickenpox? Anywho, this is a good video. I've got a lot of videos and stuff to link to in this video. But this is good. This guy, he did really well in baseball. He played for the Red Sox or the Boston Sox or something. I don't know sports. And he suddenly started deteriorating. He got diagnosed with ALS. He has a wife now. It's all fine and dandy, but now he pretty much needs a nurse with him at all times. He's all in a wheelchair and everything. And it's just crazy how a body can degenerate like that, considering you haven't thrown it off a cliff or anything. I mean, baseball is pretty strenuous. People get the Tommy John's thing. That's another thing. They call it Tommy John's. Is there not a better name for that? I guess people like their name on things like Martin Luther King Drive. Anywho, I want to talk a little bit about donating some things here, and I'm going to do this in real time. So I have this team. I mean, I'll insert the screen and stuff. But there's this team adventure. A friend of mine from Sweden and his pals, they're going on an adventure called the Mongol Rally. They've pimped out pimped out. They've really upgraded this VW van. They've made it really awesome, and they've got all these sponsors, including myself, to, I don't know if that's like a disclaimer. I donated them a few supplies. It's nothing huge. And they embarked on this journey from London to Mongolia. I think they're stuck right now. Linus, my friend, was posting some things how they were stuck in a country with a stand at the end, I think. I've been trying to follow along, but they've actually been posting a lot, considering they're traveling across all of Europe and Asia. So it's very interesting just to follow along. I'd love to go on an adventure like this sometime. Maybe do the Mongol Rally, maybe do something similar. There's there's these kids and stuff that are actually kind of enjoying what they're doing. They're not making any money. These 12-year-olds in one of these countries that are helping fix their car and stuff. I think they actually maybe got it fixed, because I was just skimming through before this video, and it looks like they might be on the move again. Whether they're either going back to Sweden, or I don't know if they could finish the rally. It's kind of just a fun thing that they do, and you kind of see who can get towards the end. And you can check it out on their website. It's really awesome here. But they have a donate button, so I'm going to click this. Haven't tried this yet, so we'll see what happens here. Oh, go straight to PayPal. That's cool. So they have a couple of charities that they... I guess I got to sign into... Or I guess it's in Swedish dollars. Oh, the whole thing's in Swedish. Can I change it to English? I guess I could sign in. Well, it's still PayPal.com, so I'm going to see if I can donate something here. It might convert it to English since I sign in. Ooh, what does that mean? There's some kind of error showing up. I didn't expect something like this to happen. So I'm going to donate to them. I was going to donate like $10 US. I don't know what that converts to in Swedish money. But I was thinking, I really wanted to do this. Let me see if I just go to paypal.com and come back. There's also, I guess there's some charity links on the page too. You can track their progress, and they got all these awesome blog posts and stuff. Where does this go? I know you're excited to see some ice all over me. I am outside a little bit far away from the Wi-Fi, so it might not be working as fast as I'd want it to either. But it's all part of the adventure here, friends. Are we logging in? Are we doing it? Ooh, one moment. I guess these secure connections take a little longer too. Yeah, it looks like it's just a PayPal. That's great. They always give you like a little intro page because you haven't been to a certain website in a while when you want to just get through it. Oh, by the way, have you seen our new experience? Yeah, but can I do that later? I guess there's never really a good time to do that. You don't go around the website saying, oh, I want to see your new experience. Although Google usually, I'd like to do that. Oh boy. Okay, this is happening. This is long. Okay. Well, I promise maybe I'll insert it later, but I'll do the little donatey thing with Team Adventure because it just goes all to the charities that they support. And I have so just gonna try that. Let me see how this goes with. Oh boy, I don't have an assistant, so this reflectors is being, I don't even think it's necessary, but I thought it might be fun, and I love fun. So, Lyme disease, let me just kind of bring you back onto this one here. My friend Danielle, my bestie here, has a video that I'll just do some spoiler alerts. She's got Lyme disease, and she was munching on limes for 60 seconds. It was kind of entertaining, and she kind of was talking about she did that lime instead of just ice bucketing because of some things that I will talk about. but she ate some Lyme. That was kind of fun. And I thought, because Lyme disease, people don't know much about either. People don't know much about ALS. So this is kind of interesting. Lyme disease and associated diseases, Lyme and Associated Diseases Society. So I guess you can donate to, okay, so if I do $10, I guess I gotta fill out all my stuff here. That's why I love 1Password. You can just like fill it all in. Beautiful. Let me see. Okay. So I guess donate. I guess it's gonna ask me for my credit card and stuff. But I'm going to donate to Lyme disease because it's something that people don't know enough about, and it's similar to ALS and a few other of these diseases, multiple sclerosis and stuff, where your body just kind of shuts down in ways that you would prefer not to. I wonder what would be a way that you would prefer to have your body shut down, like turning your hair gray if you're into the gray-white hair thing. My ice is melted. Spoiler alert. I'm interested in gray hair one day, so it could be easier to dye without having to bleach it. Okay, these secure connections take a little while, even though it doesn't say it's secure right now. I may have to insert the donation things because the internet isn't very strong out here. So, okay, anyway. So let me go back to Team Adventure. Linus has been posting stuff here. They were in Baku, which I can't remember the country, but it was like Uzbekistan or something. And this country just looks amazing, like, or this city, like they have a really nice, they got these really beautiful photos, they got these really, great things like this, just like the contrast between these brand new buildings that kind of have this shape that, it's kind of aerodynamic. There's a documentary and stuff that I saved to my YouTube watch list all about Baku, and I think that's how I pronounce it. But you can kind of see in the foreground here, like this old classical style stuff, and then these brand new buildings in the background. Just, it looks like an amazing place. A lot of the photos they posted all along this European Asian adventure just look, or Middle Eastern, I guess, look amazing. That's their rad vehicle. They got a nice horn on the front and stuff, solar panels on the roof. It's really, really cool. So I think you should check out Team Adventure. They're probably towards the end of their adventure here, and they got their whole Instagram thing and stuff. Awesomeness. So I have an ALS donation page up here too. I think that might not sure if that'll go very fast either. They've got this thing on the front page saying, "Oh, it's waiting for you. Do the Ice Bucket Challenge." It's gone viral. So, oh yeah. I guess all this secure stuff's going to take a little while. So maybe I'll insert that stuff here in the pauses that I've made, and we can go on to. So we got Danielle's video, the various ways to donate. I was reading all up about the origins and stuff, and that's how I found this video on Pete. And there's also, if you want a bit of fun, I know I hate BuzzFeed, but there's like 20 different things where they've Ice Bucket Challenge fails. A lot of videos, a lot of vines and stuff. Pretty entertaining. Now the problem here is, and where an annoying thing originates, is the person that nominated me couldn't figure out their video camera or their iPhone to record video. So I think this is another little positive that's come out of this Ice Bucket Challenge thing, is people are recording videos. And I find that really, really giddy, because I love video, and that it's a great medium and stuff. Problem is, everyone holds their devices like this. That's how you kind of hold it in your hand, right? That's not how you hold a camera. Unfortunately, right now, you have to hold it like this. And that's how you record a widescreen landscape photo, because we don't have televisions that are vertical. A lot of the things on this page you'll see are vertical videos. Like, everyone's doing the vertical video. You see hardly anything in the frame, because half of the video is black, because the default framing for a video on anywhere is widescreen, typically 16:9. I have proposed in my brain to Apple and people that they just put a square sensor in these, in any device, and then when you're doing a video or something, it'll just crop it to the angle. So if the sensor is square, you could hold it like this, and it would just crop it to that angle. It's kind of like what the GoPro does. It has a 4:3 sensor, which is close to square, and it just kind of crops the top and bottom when you do a widescreen video. That just makes a lot more sense, because then people will always, whenever you do video, it's not going to record square unless you force it to for Instagram or some junk. And I think that's a really good idea, but I don't know if anyone's going to do it. And then if you want to take a photo at like full res, it'll be like this huge, big, great quality, great pixel light pickup. The terms, the size of the pixels. Anyway, you got all this BuzzFeed crap. I was going to share a Gawker link, but this BuzzFeed one is actually a little bit better, has a few more examples of just fails and stuff. Kind of entertaining if you want to waste your day, but I prefer you would like donate to these things where I don't know where the money goes, but I'm sure it goes to something decent. I guess you can hear like cicadas or something now. It's much better than the truck from before. Anywho, I'm just trying to think what else I had here. So I had, we got the Ferguson killings and stuff on. Let me just check. Okay, yeah. Kind of with the ALS stuff, I prefer that people don't waste the water. I saw the Jets or something, a football team. They got like a fire hose that they were fire hosing on everyone, and I think that looked like really fun. They were under it for maybe 30 seconds, and then they were running back and forth through it. And then they left, and the fire hose is gushing water onto this field, which I'm sure gets enough water as it is, for minutes. Someone in the audience was recording this fire hose, and I think people were telling it to stop, whatever. So just a lot of water wasted. I mean, people doing it on grass and stuff, which is fine and everything, but I'm sure some people would enjoy that water for drinking or something like that. Anyway, Ferguson, there's all this stuff going on there, and it's kind of like this apocalypse going on or something. I'm trying to understand all of it. There's a lot of things happening in the world right now. There's a lot of killings and stuff. There's ISIS and Hamas and these terrorist organizations in the Middle East that are kind of taking over a lot of these countries, and it's hard to see. Like, apparently there are still governments and stuff that manage things, but these organizations of mass murderers and stuff kind of taking over, and they want to take over the whole Islamic, I guess they're called Islamic State, but they follow Islam. And anyway, it's kind of hard to follow along with. But if I get back to, I guess, the United States, there's this thing in Ferguson. This guy, Mike Brown, was shot unarmed. You've probably heard plenty of things about it. You can probably look up the real stuff behind it rather than watching any of the news and the stuff that they want you to see. I feel like I'm really getting burnt now. This is going to be horrible. And I'm thinking, so I've got this, what was this? I was watching this John Oliver Last Week Tonight video. I'll link that in here too. He kind of did a really good story on just like, let's just chill out with all this stuff. And I'm just thinking about that too. I was kind of thinking, I know there's a lot of gun advocates like Chuck and whatever. If someone is a good guy with a gun, that's great, and I'm sure they're fun to shoot and everything. I don't have much experience with them all. My old roommate's boyfriend was a policeman, saw plenty of guns around, that's fine. But I kind of want to climb trees and stuff and play with animals and that kind of thing. I just don't understand. I don't understand why people like football. I don't understand why people enjoy guns, even if it's just for recreational use, not shooting deers and whatever. But I kind of think, like, an example I was kind of thinking is, if some kid, when he's 18, he wants to get a gun. Cool. Wants to protect himself from the zombie apocalypse, whatever. I think maybe if you applied when you're 18 and you can then get it at the earliest when you're 28, 10 years later, maybe you'll have some time to think about, do I really want a gun? Do I need a gun? There's plenty of guns already out there. I'm sure they could find one on the black market or something. But I kind of just think, like, why? It's hard for me to understand. Second kind of thing I was thinking here is people always like, they're not upholding the Constitution, the American Constitution. And I don't really care. The Constitution, to my understanding, is something that people 200 years ago made. kind of just like, here's some guidelines that we should follow. And I guess for the most part they're good, but stuff like that needs to be updated. And yes, there's amendments and stuff like, oh, the Fourth Amendment means we can bear arms and have a gun. I'm an American citizen and everything, but I just don't follow up on. I don't even know what Australians' constitution is. Like, I don't really care. I have my own philosophies. I don't know if that makes me like a bigot. I don't think so. I want everyone to be happy. That's pretty much my goal. I want everyone to be able to drink water and have cake. Like, I'm very simple. I really don't need this computer. If I could live comfortably without having to have a computer to work and make money and then to live, then fine, whatever. Let's go hang out and ride merry-go-rounds with friends. That's great. The Constitution thing just seems weird because I don't think they update it like every 10 years, do they? Did they have like 25 amendments to it saying like, oh, the first thing that we said probably shouldn't have said that. We'll remove the slave thing because there's amendments, but then there's also just the general laws, and the Constitution isn't really a law. It's like just a guideline, I guess, and just people are like, oh, but it says I can have a gun. That's cool, right? Anyway, do I need to get a gun and like all this apocalypse gear? Because these people in Ferguson's, there's like these tactical army SWAT teams and stuff that are taking over the town, and people are getting kind of run out of their homes in a way and stuff, and door to door, and it's sketchy stuff. Then you kind of get to like some of the border stuff, like people like, oh no, there's all these kids from Mexico coming across the border. Oh, don't let all the Mexicans in from the border. I don't think there should be borders. Everyone should just all get along, and if for some reason someone wants to live or work or provide service in a certain region, then they should be allowed to. I know America's borders are extremely tight, I guess, compared to other countries. This is nice and warm. You wanna have a heat wave in summer, just get a reflector. And we can help and learn things from each other. Like I saw this video of Obama saying we're not going to do the war thing, but in Iraq, in northern Iraq, where these ISIS guys are, there's people in this mountain that either could get massacred or they could die from starvation. This is what he said. I don't know if this is completely true. And that's kind of two bad things. If someone can come in and help, come in and help. Come in and help the person down the street that is homeless and actually needs help. Homelessness is not a problem. Like, you can be homeless and still be wealthy or whatever. I know plenty of people that do that. Maybe just a few. But I would love to be homeless, a nomad. I mean, kind of do a bit of a nomad thing, but I have a solid place to live. And if there were no borders, everyone would want to live in Florida, like at the beach, right? I don't think that's necessarily true. I love living up in the colder climates. It's really hot right now. It's probably, what is this, 30 degrees? It's a bit humid. I can't really do this. So I think it would even out. I mean, then we get into the whole Venus Project, zeitgeist movement idea with things like with everything coming together and just being one cohesive network of people, no monetary system and stuff. That's talk for another day. I'm going to bring things back around here in a moment. So we have the Russia, Crimea, Israel, Gaza. Are they all related? Is it all the same terrorist groups? Are they all like friendly terrorist groups? I know this ISIS has like allies that I guess maybe are in similar regions. But I got to ask my friend Ariana. She just went to Turkey and stuff, and there's half of Turkey's taken over by these terrorist organizations. Is it really easy to get in and out of an airport without like some terrorists saying, "Oh yeah, you should come with us"? I don't know. I'm not ignorant to this stuff, but there's just so much stuff that you don't know what's truth, what's fact. Unfortunately, I mean, there's a lot of sites out there where you can look stuff up, but I want to go there. I just want to go to these places and suss out what's going on. I want to go and interview a terrorist or something and just say, I don't know, is that going to be like, are they going to come and like ask me to interview them now? And just say like, what's up? Like, your beliefs are different to ours. that may or may not be a bad thing, but you probably shouldn't just kill people, I guess, just because they believe something differently, and they're not going to understand that. People like me and whatever, I guess, like progressive thinking people, um, are like each to their own, do your own thing and stuff. But people that have a solid mindset from they've been brought up with, oh, this certain religion is bad, this Jesus is not good, whatever. Um, just a little sketchy. So I was kind of impressed that a little bit that Obama was the way he explained this in this. I think it's on Wikipedia. This video of like we're just gonna do this targeted, help a couple people out and just help the region. They need a bit of help, and we're this massive superpower. Great. Um, Another thing, just a little tidbit. Everyone's complaining about the Facebook Messenger app. I guess it's like right now it's listening to me, and it's probably going to do targeted ads saying, "Oh, come to Israel." Um, I don't know. I have the app on my phone. Am I really going to get stalked by some guy at Facebook? I don't really care. I feel like there's enough good people in the world that something like that wouldn't happen to the general people. So whatever, I have Messenger installed. I guess less people are messaging me on Messenger now, and I just really, to maybe expand on that, which I didn't really want to, but there should just be a global, like SMS. SMS should be expanded to be an unlimited amount of characters, which I guess it kind of is, but some services will like crop it down to the 160 characters and stuff. There should be like a kind of just a centralized protocol that everything gets sent through, and it could be images, and it can have read receipts and stuff like that. And so you could send something through Instagram direct message or whatever they call it. You could send it through Twitter direct message. You could send it through an SMS. Everything would all be tied together in like one app or something. You could send a message through freaking Wikipedia SMS or email or something, and it would all just get into the same conversation, and you wouldn't even know like what if they're using WhatsApp. Or I saw this guy when there's this video going around from Fox News, and the guy said, "Oh, Facebook Messenger is bad. It's stalking you. It has all your information and blah blah blah." But there are alternatives like WhatsApp app, and he was the tech expert at Fox News, so you kind of get the idea there. Now, last little thing before I loop back around, with Lyme disease and stuff, and ALS and that, I talk to my friend Danielle a lot, and she tells me she goes to different doctors. She was misdiagnosed for many, 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 many years, and they thought it was like fibromyalgia and all this stuff. And when you're misdiagnosed for such a long time, you can't really do the correct treatment and stuff. So a question I posed quite a while ago on the internet was, do doctors have like a digital centralized system for patient files rather than a paper thing that they look at? And if so, great. If not, like, why not? Everything should be digital right now. Supposedly, one doctor will fax it to another doctor, and Danielle in the middle just has to approve it. So the patient has to approve it. And I was thinking, well, what? And it's a fax. What the heck? First of all, it should at least be a PDF, if not just a centralized service where a doctor can be approved. So you're an approved doctor, you can have access to this person's files. And perhaps if the doctor requests access to it, the person gets an SMS on their phone and says like, oh, Dr. such and such who you're meeting with on Wednesday wants access to your patient files, so they can look over it before you arrive and you don't waste time explaining your story for the 50th time. And then you would maybe reply to an SMS saying yes, or maybe it's an app that you would just tick OK, whatever. I think that would be a really good idea, just to have everything digital. Everything should just be digital anyway. And whether it's like a bunch of PDFs that get updated every time, which would be kind of convoluted, or like some kind of service, like, I don't know, there's that ZocDoc service, which is like kind of helps the doctor side of things and the patient scheduling kind of thing. But I'm not sure if the patient files get in part of that. I got to look up and see if they've updated anything on their service. But whether you have a private company that manages all of this stuff, and you can just go in and update your stuff any time. So you go to a doctor, you get some more blood work done, and you say, oh, cool, I'm A positive and this and that, and the microbes and stuff. Update, I have official access to this because this is my file. And you wouldn't fake anything on your file, and like I'm sure it would have to be clarified with scanning in the document or having like a PDF from the doctor that gave you that stuff that it could scan. And theoretically, you could Photoshop stuff and fake it, but I don't know why anyone would want to fake stuff about their health. Like, why would you want to say you have cancer or something? So I really think that's an important thing there with, you know, just keeping up with the time here. Yeah, so anyway, let's go back, I guess, to the ice bucket thing. This is really bright. I don't know if it makes much of a difference. The sun is on me anyway, but and I'm wearing glasses, but this is, ooh, man, I don't know if this is going to break anything and stuff. Now I'm getting a little dirty. So anyway, I was, you know, there's like, Danielle did the lime. Oh, shit, it's cold. Oh, man. So I don't really think the ice bucket challenge is much of a challenge. And because it's for like half a second that the water touches you. And I have cold showers all the time. I have cold showers in winter. I can see my breath and heat coming off my skin in the shower in winter. And now, mind you, it's not pure cold. There's probably like a touch of hot water coming through. It's not completely over to one side, but it's cold. And that's me. I'm not like everyone else. But I don't really think a bunch of ice on you in summer is that much of a challenge. So the lime thing that Danielle did, she had a whole lime in under a minute. That was pretty impressive. I've got a banana here. I really enjoy bananas. And I've also got, oh dear, oh boy, everything's. I've got like a big thing of ice. I don't even know if I can. Crap. Oh no, my banana broke. That's what she said. Is that a big enough thing of ice? I'll be here a while. Anyway, that's a big thing. But let's go down here. So I have a whole Tupperware. See, I don't have a bucket. This is my extent of a bucket. I guess I have like a tub, a storage tub, but there's stuff in it. I couldn't really be bothered emptying that out and putting it in a freezer all night, or putting a bunch of. Oh, and by the way, see that egg carton? That is what I use to make ice. I don't have like an ice maker or anything. So I had a bit of ice in there. It already melted in my glass, so oh well. But I was gonna stand in this thing or on this ice while I was talking, but as you maybe saw at the start, it's a little cold, and especially when the water touches. Oh gosh. It's I can't stand in this for like a minute. I'd probably get frostbite or something. I can feel it like coming up into my bones. Oh my god. Oh mama. Oh mama. Oh, that's pretty cold. I think an ice bath would be pretty good too. That would be a decent challenge. Like an ice bath, whether in summer or winter, might be a decent thing. What I'm gonna do is try and hold this banana together. It's gonna like eat a banana, and I don't know, like beep 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 boop beep boop boop. Oh, I'm setting my timer. And just in under 10 seconds. Pretty nice day. 8 seconds, 9 seconds, 10 seconds. Great. Okay, so I beat that. That's cool. Anyway, I guess you're meant to nominate people now, but I'm not going to send a chain email on. So I'm just going to say, look into some of this stuff. Tell me what you think about some of this stuff, and tell me if I'm completely misinformed about some of this stuff. Here is what was previously ice water. It had some cool shaped, egg-shaped, half egg-shaped ice in it. I will just say, drink more water. If you get anything out of this video, Drink more water. And if you're a policeman, oh yeah, I was going to mention this. Ferguson riots and all that, protests. If you're a policeman, you get a really bad rap right now, which is unfortunate, like these New York City cops and stuff. If you're a policeman doing good things, a lot of policemen have cameras on them now. Post yourself to the internet. I don't care, be an Edward Snowden or something. I don't care if your police department has to approve the video before it goes on the internet, or Obama has to approve it, whatever. If you pick up a kitten as a fireman and like bring it back to life, post that video online. If you just talking with some lady and she's crying and you help her, post the video online. We need to see police officers in a bit of a better light, I think, because right now this is one town, but people are talking about all these different police departments that have riot gear and military weaponry, and I don't think that's the case everywhere. I've found the police in Bethlehem pretty nice. Like when I'm riding my bike and stuff, they'll sometimes be like, "Oh, you doing well?" and stuff. They seem pretty cool. They don't seem to have any tanks or anything. Anyway, I'm glad you watched this to the end. I'm glad you watched me eat a banana and put my feet in this ice water. I'm gonna let this ice water warm up throughout the day, and then I'm gonna put it on my garden, which is off screen. But I water my garden about once a week, and this is probably enough water for that. So it's going to a double good cause. It froze my feet, plus it's going to go on the garden. So good stuff. There's a butterfly. When a butterfly flaps its wings, you eat cake. Thank you. Goodbye. Oh, shit. Let's go.